Let's go to Dallas. Sean is in Dallas, home of my good friend Mark Cuban and the Dallas
we're here. Can you hear
Mavericks.
us?
Sean, are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Can you hear us?
I can hear you perfectly. I hear you 5 by 5, which is on an ambulance. You would say 5 by 5 is like perfect.
Right.
I hear you perfectly. Can we maximize the Skype window, please, to the text? Sean, you had a meetup there. I see you got a good number of people behind you.
Yeah, we had about 50 this evening.
50?
Yeah.
Wow. I think you guys win best crowd. Very nice.
Yeah.
Certainly best looking crowd. And how many people pitched in Dallas?
We had 6 pitches.
Wow. How were they?
They were all fantastic, all worthy for the podcast for sure.
Awesome. Have you been a fan of the podcast for a while? Have you been tuning in for a while, or are you new to the program?
No, all of us for a very long time.
Long time, first time, as we say in the business. Do you have a favorite episode, Sean? Favorite guest?
37 Signals.
Yeah, we're big fans of 37 Signals here.
I agree. Like. David brought it. He was a great guest.
That's probably the most commonly cited favorite episode. That or Gary V would be the two
Annie Duke.
most commonly cited favorite episodes.
Yes, those are up there. Okay, so who is going to give their pitch, Sean?
We have Megan here. We're going to switch the microphone, and she's going to introduce her startup.
Great. Can we maximize the video on our side, guys?
No, I think that's them. I think they're showing us their pitch.
Oh, you're showing us? Is
Maybe?
that on their side?
No,
I think that's our side. Oh, this is.
Hi guys, I'm
okay.
Megan Masner. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Okay. Well, this is a new way to do it. You're gonna show us your site while you talk to us. Perfect.
Perfect. My name is Megan Masner, and I'm the owner and founder of refinedstyle.com. And really, our pitch tonight was really centered around kind of 4 key facts or trends on why we started refinedstyle.com. Number one of the biggest trends in retailing is really the frugality and cost consciousness of consumers. And so that, coupled with the fact that the luxury apparel segment has grown at a global pace of about 15% since 2003, we really started refinedstyle.com. And looking at some data in terms of the fact that women are spending about 25 hours a month and a much more increasing amount of time on the internet, they're doing actually more so than spending time in retail stores. And so when you look at organizations like the National Association of Retail and Thrift Stores, there are about 30,000 consignment shops nationwide, but only 18.9% of those sell online. And so refinedstyle.com is really capitalizing on the billion-dollar resale industry and the increase in women shopping online. So what we're doing is enabling women, local brick-and-mortar consignment shops on a national basis to really expand their reach. Refined Style is an online auction-based marketplace with a concentration in women's luxury clothing and apparel. We've got some really great key features, authentic designer labels with an authenticity check, a nationwide network of invited premium sellers, and a customized shopping experience. So when buyers are on the site, it knows their sizes, it knows the designers they like. It's really the authenticity of a Neiman Marcus, the charm of a local boutique, and the power of eBay, and that's refinedstyle.com.
Awesome. Very well done. A little round of applause. Great job. Always great to see a female entrepreneur crushing it and winning. That's awesome. Not enough in the industry. I know now that I have a daughter, I'm very hyper-vigilant about this issue.
Yes.
And people in the audience were really psyched to see an actual female founder get up and give a pitch, which was great. But independent of your gender, it's a great idea. I think my wife does go to these places sometimes. She has the ability to not go to those places, but she's frugal. You know, like she'll say, like, I want to get these shoes, and but I go to these spots, and sometimes I find them, and it's almost like an adventure for her. Mm-hmm. And she goes with her friends, and they're like, oh, I found these, whatever, these $900 shoes new, and they're in perfect condition, and I got them for $200. And it's like, that means more to her than actually buying the $900 ones. But these stores are in the Middle Ages. I mean, they don't even know what they have. So any way to bring them into, the sort of, what century is it? 21st century?
21st century.
To bring them into the 21st century is just, it's going to be difficult and slow, but if you do it, it's going to pay off. There's a huge win, and it'll be defensible in the way an open table is defensible or other things like that. Now, your pitch was very PowerPointy, which I hate. There's a beautiful site somewhere, but you didn't show it to me. This is the kind of thing where if you showed the interface of the site and you show the back end and how they put their inventory in, That's going to build credibility. But I did like how she did talk about the meta trends. But whenever anybody starts that, and Tyler and I have been through this a million times, sometimes you have somebody who's so good of a presenter, and she was a great presenter, and they're so polished and they speak so well that they get into the PowerPoint black hole, where they're so smart that they're going over all the trends, and it's like, well, I want to see the product. You know, like, yes, I believe you that these trends are going on, but please show me the product a little bit more. And so the pitch was 90% PowerPoint, and maybe there were little screenshots a little bit, you know, around it that I could sort of make out, and I could imagine what the site was. Don't make me imagine. Show us the site. And if the site's not ready, just pay somebody to make mock-ups. Even if it's a wireframe, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
So PowerPoint equals death.
Seeing the product is, if there is a product, you want to see the product.
Even if there is not a product, you have the great way of simply showing a mock-up.
Right, yeah.
Which is, you take a piece of paper and you draw what you want, and you say, this is here, and you put arrows on it, and you go to 99 Designs or whatever place you like. It's kind of hard with the light here, but anyway, that's a mock-up, and I just send that mock-up to somebody, and it works generally pretty well. So are you still on the line?
Tuning in, can you see the site? We put the site up. We're hoping we don't have technical difficulties that you couldn't see the screenshots and the mock-ups of the site.
Yeah, no, we couldn't see it, but anyway, you did a wonderful job presenting. I gave your presentation an 8. It would be a 9 or better if I had seen like the back end and how the consignment shops log in. I think the business is like a 7 to an 8 on a business level, because I'm a little uncertain as to how long it will take to get these people online. I know it's going to be a grind, so I would have some concerns around that. So I would want to see, like, as an angel investor or just anybody, like, you know, how long it takes on average. But let me get scores from the other gentleman. Lon, you go first this time.
I mean, you know, it sounded to me a lot like some other sites and some other concepts that are out there. I would have liked to hear a little bit more about how this really sets itself apart from all these other kind of deal, shopping, auction kind of sites. Having said that, it's a huge market.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are denying that tons and tons and tons of women are online buying all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And a marketplace like this has a big future. So, you know, I'd give the idea probably a 7 or an 8. The pitch probably a 6 or 7.
Okay. Tyler?
Idea 7, 8, pitch was in the painfully 4-ish, 5-ish range.
Really? Well, you hate PowerPoint.
Yeah, but yeah, if somebody, all of that stuff comes after the fact. If someone wants to doubt you or question you, like, you know, on the market size and all that, and it's great that you know all that stuff, and you should know all that stuff.
Right.
That comes after.
You always start with the product.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
So
like,
great job.
I don't mean this to be an insight, but it's very pomegranate-ish, and it's like, you sit there, you got to
You're
peel.
saying the pitch is like a pomegranate?
This pitch
the
was
pitch is like a pomegranate.
Yes.
In that,
And that you got to sit and peel that sucker.
To get the good stuff.
Yeah, you know, 5 minutes later, you got a little bit, and okay, you got some sweetness, and then let me dig in there for another.
it's a lot of work to get to the good
Which
stuff.
is why people aren't eating pomegranates all day. They're eating apples because, boom, give me a bite, I got
Bananas,
it. Right.
whatever. They get
Yes.
to the sweet, juicy stuff quicker.
Yeah.
All right, so there's some feedback for you. Well done. Congratulations on winning Dallas. And when does the site launch?
The site's already live, so we're in our beta testing now.
Tell us the domain name.
Refinedstyle.com.
Oh, so just refined, R-E-F-I-N-D.
Is it refine or refined?
Refine, R-E-F-I-N-E, style.com.
Right, refined style, not refined.
Oh, refined style.
Just, yeah.
R-E-F-I-N-E style. Here it is.
There it is.
And oh, well, it's very well designed. And so showing more of this is always a great idea.
Yeah, you could see a little bit of the front page in her presentation, which looked interesting. But you would definitely lead with this because it looks great.
Well, and here's a point. You know, there's a great feature here which I didn't even think of, which is if I wanted to, and it's getting crushed by all the users, but I can browse the inventory of all of these consignment shops. So if I want to look at denim, I can see denim from every single consignment shops. And what condition? I mean, that's brilliant.
That right there. It took you just start on that 3 seconds in, 3 clicks in.
That's the entire presentation.
Yep.
Look,
I'm sold. Like now this pitch, this now to me is the product's now easily 8.5.
Yeah. Here's how I pitch it. Somewhere out there is the perfect pair of jeans for you. The perfect size, the perfect fit, the perfect brand, in the perfect condition at the perfect price. However, it's in one of 10,000 consignment shops in the United States. If you could instantly search those and find that perfect pair of jeans and order them today, would you do it? The answer is clearly yes, for a large number of women. Well, we, for the first time, are going to put that inventory in one beautiful interface that takes the stigma away from going to these stores and makes it a fun experience again. Boom. Just like that.
That's
I think the lesson is here is that you have a brilliant product, and it's extremely well executed, and your pitching is as if you went to Harvard for your MBA. Are you a Harvard MBA by chance?
I am an MBA, but not
Okay,
from
well, I
Harvard.
rest my case. I rest my case.
Uh-huh.
You have to unlearn what you have learned, young Padawan. They ruin your brain in these MBA programs, and they make you do things in PowerPoint, and all common sense is lost. You made something beautiful that has great utility. If you show it and don't tell us, it will speak for itself.
And
it would be
frankly,
as if
we have seen hundreds, if not thousands, of ideas. I have not seen this. This is very cool.
Yeah, we have, Tyler and I over 3 or 4 years, also Lon, we've been pitched on everything between Open Angel Forum, TechCrunch 50, the launch conference coming February 23rd and 24th, 2011 in San Francisco. It's a plug. We've seen everything.
Well, Shark Tank alone, I get
Shark Tank alone.
emails every week.
So we see a lot of startups. This is awesome. I mean, this is awesome. Your presentation, lame.
Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate the feedback, and
Awesome.
I love the fact that you love the site.
Yes, take your MBA and put it in a box, tape the box shut, and put it in the attic. It's corrupting your brain. Let's go to the next city. I always have to tell people this. This is why I don't hire MBAs.
Yes, right.
Because can you imagine if this person worked with me? The insanity of like they
you would train them to
actually
not
just get
do
to the point.
presentations. Right. I believe the line was, "I learned nothing from your presentation." I've heard you say that a few times to people.
Yes, I've learned. Yes,
Do you remember that like a year ago? No, more than that. In the early days of Mahalo, there was somebody, I won't say names, there was somebody giving you a presentation about the early AdSense numbers, and after he finished up, it was like he'd worked for 2 days on this presentation.
Yes.
After he finished up, dead silence, the whole room is silent, and you just go, "Yeah, I learned nothing from your presentation." And then walked away. It's a learning moment. It's a learning
It is a learning moment because anybody can look at the data, or anybody can talk about the trends, and this is a meta trend, and this is a mega trend, a mini trend, a whatever trend, a muffin trend. Who cares? Show us the product. Everybody can talk. Not everybody can show. Show the product is rule number one. Always.
All the more strange that she actually had something really good to show.
Exactly. Usually when people start going down that PowerPoint black hole, it's because they don't have the goods.
Right.
You know, it's like, well, in lieu of having the goods, I'm going to show, look at this jean thing. I mean, this is ridiculous. I can pick, like, I want gently worn 2 to 10 times. I mean, what? And I can pick I want Calvin Klein worn this many times. It's absurdly good.
And during her pitch,
I would invest in this company.
And during her pitch, we didn't get how like interesting it was because it was so focused on like, is there a market for this? Like, well, of course there's a market for that.
Yes, and there is a market for GoDaddy. GoDaddy, GoDaddy. Oh wait, we did the ad already. I just love doing the ad so much.
There is a market for GoDaddy.
There is a market for GoDaddy. I actually let me just check here.
Did I hear rumors?